Something is living in the woods outside Washington, D.C. It walks on two legs. It carries an axe. It has been reported for over 50 years. And according to everyone who has seen it up close, it used to be a man. 7 miles northeast of the Capitol building, in Beltsville, Maryland, the United States Department of Agriculture runs one of the largest agricultural research facilities in the world. Nearly 7,000 acres of government land, laboratories, outbuildings, test fields, and a great deal of dense woodland that the public never sees and rarely thinks about. From the road, it looks like any other government campus. Chain-link fencing, warning signs, institutional buildings set back from the tree line. Ordinary. The story of what happened inside it is not ordinary. Sometime in the mid-20th century, a scientist working at the facility was conducting research involving goats. The nature of that research depends on which version of the story you're hearing. Some say it was genetic. Some say it was surgical. Some versions describe an accident, an experiment that went irreversibly wrong. Others describe something more deliberate, something chosen. What every version agrees on is the outcome. Something that had been a man walked out of the Beltsville facility and into the surrounding woodland. Not running, not panicking, walking with apparent purpose. And it has not been seen leaving those woods in the 70-odd years since. The first widely documented encounter happened on Fletchertown Road, a dead-end stretch of asphalt running into the Maryland woodland not far from the Beltsville facility itself. The year was sometime in the early 1970s. A group of teenagers had parked at the end of the road, the way teenagers park at the end of dark roads in small American towns, when they heard something moving in the trees beside them. They described the sound before they described what made it. Something moving through the undergrowth in a straight line toward the car. Not darting, not circling, moving directly, with weight and intention, as though it already knew exactly what it was walking toward. Then it was at the window, standing over 7 feet tall, covered in coarse, dark hair. The upper body of a man, or something close to a man, mounted on the lower body of a goat. Its face was wrong in a way the witnesses struggled to articulate beyond the horns and the jaw, the eyes that tracked them with what they described as recognition. It was carrying an axe. It didn't raise the axe in warning. It brought it down on the hood of the car, once, then twice. Then the teenagers drove backward down Fletchertown Road as fast as they could manage. And when they looked behind them, the Goatman was standing in the road, watching them go. It didn't run. It didn't chase. It simply watched. And then the darkness took it back. Other accounts followed. Not just teenagers, not just Fletchertown Road. A retired couple walking their dog near the facility in the early 1980s reported their retriever pulling frantically toward the tree line and refusing to be leashed back. They left without the dog. It didn't return. A group of hikers in the mid-1990s reported finding a dog collar in a clearing. No tag, no blood, no sign of struggle. Just a collar, sitting in the center of a clearing where no trail ran. Wildlife rangers assigned to the area have on at least 3 separate occasions documented livestock kills in the woodland bordering the facility, injuries inconsistent with any known predator in the region. Inconsistent, in fact, with any known animal at all. The Beltsville Agricultural Research Center has never commented publicly on the Goatman. The USDA has never acknowledged the legend in any official capacity. No scientist has ever been identified. No experiment has ever been declassified. No incident report has ever surfaced through FOIA requests or investigative journalism, though several have been attempted. The facility continues to operate today, conducting legitimate agricultural and environmental research across its 7,000 acres. Its public communications are measured, professional, and entirely devoid of any reference to what the locals say lives in its woods. This is, in itself, a specific kind of horror. Not the horror of the axe, but the horror of institutional silence. The story of the Goatman is in many ways a distinctly American story. It requires a government institution, a classified experiment, an accident that produces something the institution then pretends never happened. It requires the particular American faith that science can do anything, and the particular American dread that sometimes it does. Other cultures have their own version of this fear. Not the fear of the government, not the fear of the laboratory, but the deeper fear underneath all of that. The fear of the thing that looks almost right. The thing that gets close enough to touch you before you understand what it actually is. In the Solomon Islands, there is a legend about a woman who appears at the edge of the forest to lone travelers. She is beautiful. She is welcoming. She does not carry an axe, and she does not come alone. She is the Abere. Her companions are hidden in the trees behind her, and they do not reveal themselves until the traveler has followed her far enough from the path that the path no longer matters. The Goatman announces itself. The Abere does not. That is the difference between them. But the architecture of the fear is identical. 2 continents, 2 legends, one question underneath both of them. What happens when the thing that approaches you out of the dark is wearing the wrong shape, and it knows that you noticed? Part 2 coming soon. The Abere, the Solomon Islands. Same fear, different shore.